Okay, this is a hotly debated subject, and the subject is, how high can my step be? Well, to be perfectly honest with you, it's going to depend upon the individual. But when we were creating the Escape Step and Riser, we decided that we would go with the classic dimensions, the tried and tested heights of all of the other steps which are out there on the market. The exception is probably in this configuration here with the riser, because we can actually go 4 high and still have a very, very stable stepping platform underneath our feet. However, for people of a modest level of fitness, that is actually going to be quite challenging on the heart and your cardiorespiratory system. So moderate it down to 3, 2, or 1 risers high. 4 is your absolute maximum in terms of performing cardiovascular activity like that. They're very easy to adjust. If I want to separate the risers, I just use my thumbs to push them apart, but we'll show you that in more detail later. And then I come to my platform. Now, what's cool about the platforms is I can use them individually, like so, but I can actually get an additional grey platform and another one on top to give me 3 platforms high. Now, that's an option that's available to you, but of course, if you want to, you can just use risers to give you that extra height. I'm going to put it together and give myself the classic configuration. So if you've been stepping before, over the years, this is probably the height that you've been used to working on. And that's been shown many, many times to be challenging and therefore effective, but also super safe. So what we're looking at is a combination of 3 options. You can go 4 risers high, you can go 3 grey platforms high, or you can combine your risers and your platforms together. And of course, if you want, you can have 2 on each side to give you that little bit more height. But as I started out saying, it always comes down to the individual from your experience and your fitness level when choosing how high to make a step platform.